Hey everyone, it is Habetler here with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the Dokkan Festival exclusive Transformation Strength Boujack coming to the global version of the game, and of course, do some fun little team builds along the way. So with that, let's go ahead and dive right in. Now I did do a JP version of this as well, and it's going to be similar, but I did add a few extra things. So again, let's go ahead and dive right in. First and foremost, let's look at the card arts for this unit here. This is the SSR and TUR. The SSR card art looks incredible. It looks like it's the SSR for a LR. How it stands, it has the kind of the yellow outline around it, just looks incredible. However, it does TUR into, again, a situation where the TUR just doesn't stand up to the SSR. It has the full power Boujack in the background, but I feel like, you know, it's placed a little bit too low, and the unit of itself, it's a little bit too small there. So I think they just wanted to, you know, have the full power Boujack face in the background and then move that slightly lower. It just doesn't hold up. And once again, the TUR is not as good as the SSR, and that's a kind of a common thing for Dokkan Battle, right? But we'll look at also the card art for the full power Boujack as well once we look at the transformation. But let's go ahead and look at the stats and break this down here. This unit is pretty good. It's a tremendous unit here, especially for an extreme unit, and we need more good extreme units. This is an extreme strength unit. I don't know if we need any more extreme strength units or good strength units, but this is the Murderous Overlord Boujack, and it is a leader skill of 170% across the board for Space Traveling Warriors. Now, Space Traveling Warriors, we would have thought it maybe would be a different translation when it came over to the global version of the game, but Space Traveling Warriors will stay the same. There are definitely some controversy of units that are missing on this category, but you know, that's been kind of you know, kind of the norm when it comes to Dokkan Battle when they do a brand new category. But this category here, it's actually really good. You can build a lot of great teams with Space Traveling Warriors, and you'll see that in the team builds. And the secondary leader skill actually opens up really nice as well, because it provides Time Travelers category key +3, 150% across the board. So the super attack raises attack and defense for 1 turn only, and that's a 30% increase to attack and defense. Actually, is that 20% or 30%? That might be 20%. I might have that might be an error on my end there. It causes immense damage to an enemy. Passive skill is attack and defense 100% right off the bat for the unit. However, the more enemies you have, the more incredible buffs you're going to have on this unit here, making this a very, very powerful passive support leader, because you're going to have Space Traveling Warriors category key +2 attack and defense 30% when facing 1 enemy or more. So you're going to get that right off the bat. But then you're going to get additional 10% when facing 2 or more enemies, and you can sometimes definitely face that in Super Battle Road, things of that nature. But for World Tournament and for 3 enemy Super Battle Roads, impossible for, like, you know, Dragon Ball History and stuff like that as well, you're going to get another 10% to attack and defense, 3 enemies or more. So if you are facing 3 or more enemies, you're going to get 30 plus 10 plus 10. Yeah, that's right, a 50% boost when facing 3 or more enemies for attack and defense. Pretty incredible. So the active skill here, the transformation, you can transform when facing only 1 enemy. So that is a limitation there, starting from the 4th turn of the battle. All right. So interesting how they built that. So only when you're facing 1 enemy, and at the 4th turn, you can go ahead and transform. And the transformation, it's pretty good, but you are going to lose that passive support that we're seeing right here. So the link skills, typical for a Boujack, the Hera Clan, Galactic Warriors, Bed Bat Bosses, which is good. Thirst for Conquest, Coward, Revival, and Fierce Battle. Categories. Now, once again, the more category, we have over 60 categories now. The more categories a unit has, the more useful it is, and I'm glad to see a lot of categories for Boujack here. You got Resurrected Warriors, Movie Bosses, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Time Travelers, Terrifying Conquerors, Inhuman Deeds, and Space Traveling Warriors. So I would say, hopefully they do this, you know, ongoing, especially on the JP side, so we can see on global, is a minimum of 6 categories per new unit, at least 6. You know, I'm tired of seeing these 3 or 4, especially on some of these LRs that are coming out. Now, the biggest letdown for the stats for this unit is the stats, because you have 17.6 for HP. You do have 15.8 for attack, which is quite low for a Dokkan Festival exclusive TUR. And the defense is pretty solid at 12.4, but yeah, 15.8. Now here's the reason why. You get all these buffs, of course, right? You got the passive support buff, you get a super attack buff as well, which I think is still 20%, not 30%. I think I just typed that in wrong. But when you transform, this is kind of where that attack had to be a little bit low, because yeah, it would have gotten out of control. So here's the transformation once again after one enemy and facing after the 4th turn. Boom, full power murderous overlord Boujack. There it is. Raises attack 30%. There's the 30%. That's correct. Raises attack 30%, but that's the Kaioken mechanic. That is the Kaioken mechanic. It will continue to raise higher and higher and higher for your SA multiplier. So yeah, there you go. Plus, then you're going to get a key +3 attack and defense 180%. Yeah, you don't need the other buffs, because all those buffs are just going to be given to you at the 180%. And we've been seeing like the coolers and like you know, other units getting this crazy 180% buff on transformation. But then you have some other stuff on here. It launches additional attack and has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, which is a 25% chance, plus an additional 30% to attack and defense 15% when attacking with 3 or more key sphere obtained. What? Right, like you needed anything more? But yeah, you get 3 or more key spheres, which is not hard to do. Additional 30% calculated separately with a 15% defensive boost, plus an additional 30% and 15% defense when attacking with 6 key spheres or more. So not only that you're going to get 180% right off the bat, but if you get 6 key sphere or more, that's an additional 60% to attack and defense 30% with a fit 25% medium chance of doing a super attack. Yeah, you heard me right. The transformation is ridiculous. So if you get the opportunity to transform and use full power Boujack, that is a monster passive. So the link skills doesn't change, categories doesn't change, and the stats don't change. And you can see why that attack stat had to be at 15.8, because if you use the transformation, you're getting all this. It's still going to be crazy. So that's the breakdown of the unit here. Let's go ahead and jump into we have a lot of teams to go over. I'll try to go over them pretty quickly. So first and foremost, I always start with the LR team. So this is all the LRs that you're basically going to be running on Space Traveling Warriors. There's going to be even more if you're using Time Travelers, but I focus more on the Space Traveling Warriors that you're able to use here. Quite strong, right? Quite strong with just a Space Traveling Warriors as the LRs. So not even with any kind of diversity here, it's it covers quite a bit and is pretty strong here. However, I think the best team to run with this is going to be Space Traveling Warriors with a Time Traveler support. So your main rotation is going to be Boujack and Boujack, right? So LR Boujack and then the Strength Transforming Boujack here. And you're going to have the other Boujack as a floater. And you're going to have Jiren and Topo as a main rotation. And you guys know how destructive a Jiren and Topo rotation is. And it's still running at 170%. So 170% Jiren is just quite impressive. And then you're going to be running a Goddess Toa and Thickness of Time as support. While in a sense, Bojack's going to support as well. So very strong team here. I think this is the stronger one to run, and yeah, very powerful here. Now you can also make a case for this team as the team that you want to run, which is just almost a full support team, right? The only thing that's not supporting or have some sort of level of support is the LR in Boujack here. So everything else has a level of support in one way or the other, with the Boujack, with the cooler of Terrifying Conquerors, with Turles there, and of course, like I mentioned before, in the other team, Thickness of Time and Goddess Toa. So yeah, crazy overly supported team here, but it works, right? But it works, and that's what makes it really impressive, the Space Traveling Warriors and Time Travelers team. So the other team that you can run is a full mono team that's Extreme Strength. This team is quite strong for a mono team. You got the new LR Frieza on here. You got full power Frieza. You got Transformation Cooler. You got Hit on here. Now the thing is, you could put in the TUR Turles on here instead of the Hits, but Hits at 50%. So why not? Yeah, super strong team that you can run here for Extreme Strength, and can do quite a bit of devastation here. Another team that you can run is the Cool Freeze team, the Space Traveling Warriors Cool Freeze. That's Cooler and Frieza's oh my, right? So, but besides Boujack, you're gonna have this crazy Frieza Cooler team, and like I mentioned before, it still all works, right? Because these are all Space Traveling Warriors, and those individuals are gonna get buffed and supported by that Strength Boujack. So again, super strong unit. You can flip the switch here also, and you can run this crazy team, the Space and Time Travel Warrior Gods. That's what I'm calling here, where you're running Jiren, Beerus's, Whis. You can run Time Travelers at 150 with Rose or with Vegito Blue. Just quite fun here, right? You're running kind of a 3 support team here. Beerus is a Space Traveling Warrior, so he can get a buff from Boujack. So yeah, again, super fun and super strong here. The other team that's kind of similar to this is a Beerus Whis team. And this would be the 4th team that you can run, what I call here in this case can be Angels and Kais, but the Beerus and Whis combination with Avados on here is so powerful. You can run this on Siblings Bond, you can run this on Bond of Master Disciple and Realm of Gods, and then this is another team that you can run it on as well with Space Traveling Warriors. So yeah, this combination is just once again a very strong one, and extremely fun to run, by the way. So another team you can build, once again, the diversity on the different teams is crazy, comparable to what I just did with like Gogeta, right? I did a breakdown with Gogeta. I said, there's like 3 teams you can build. This is probably like 10 teams, and it's all fun and playful teams here, which is that's what you want, right? That's what you want. So you can run a Universe 11 team, right? And once again, this is Jiren and Topo, but you can have the Strength Jiren on there, the non-full power 1 Dispo, Pride Troopers on here. All those are Space Traveling Warriors. So yeah, supported by Boujack here, and running U11. Right, this next team is actually kind of fun, right? It's a scenario where I call it the Goku question mark team, because these are characters in Dragon Ball that look like Goku, but it's not Goku, right? You got Turles, you got Goku Black, you got Bardock, right? All look like Goku. It's not Goku. It's all different characters, but all supported by Space Traveling Warriors or Time Travelers. So the Goku question mark team. This other team is interesting when you start thinking about it, right? So for those who did not have good luck pulling Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you do have an option, and you did, pick up and summon on the Dragon Ball Heroes banner, right? And you ended up doing that. It's okay, because you can actually run a Super Saiyan 4 Time Travelers team on with Boujack, right? And that's once again very interesting. Now you're not going to get buffs from him because he buffs up Space Traveling Warriors. In this case scenario, I think these are all only Time Travelers, right? I don't think these are all Space Traveling Warriors on here. Let me double check on that. Anyway, you guys could look that up, but yeah, it is just Time Travelers. So no buff from Boujack there. So he's just kind of sitting back there as a back rotation. But yes, you can run a Super Saiyan 4 team with Boujack here. So the next team is the Peppy Gals team. U2 Ladies Night is what I'm calling it. Besides Zonga's not U2. So you can actually, if I did this, it would be a U2 team. I think I kind of messed that up initially, right? So Zonga is gonna chill right here. But yeah, Universe 2. So you can run not only Universe 11 but Universe 2 team here with Thickness just kind of hanging out there, right? So and of course, speaking of Thickness, then you got Team THICC. You got Team THICC right here. So and no one's thicker, of course, than Ribrianne. But then you got Thickness of Time. You got 3 types of Toas, right? You got Goddess Toa, you got Darkness Toa, and then just the traditional Toa on there. So it's just fun stuff, guys. Fun stuff that you can run. And this team is actually World Tournament approved. So and a very strong World Tournament team in and of itself, because it's an additional unit that you can run. The king of LRs, and that's LR Nappa, right? So, or sorry, king of World Tournament LRs. I should say king of LRs. So, one of the best units in the World Tournament stages on there. And finally, there's a couple other links that you can run on here that I didn't put it on teams. GoPunks and Bardock, Jiren and Hit you can run on here. Those are like both 5 links. And then you have a 4 link with Nappa and Mass saying, oh, you know what? I should have put him on the Goku team, right? So let me go back to the Goku team here. There you go. Forgot to put him on the Goku team. So Goku ? Team. There you go. Anyway, that's a late add-on. So anyway, these are the other combos you can run. And then finally, if you don't want to run this unit here, or you want to use it as a friend instead, you can run a cooler team if you have cooler, right? So Tearing Fire Conquerors and Transformation Boost, it's doable. So super strong team all across the board. Let's kind of quickly go through them again. We got World Tournament Team THICC, Peppy Gals, Super Saiyan 4 team, right? Weirdly Strange, Goku ? U11, Beerus and Whis, or Angels and Kais, Space and Time Travel Warrior Gods, the Cool Freeze team, Extreme Strength to support. I would say the best one you can run, and then the LR team. So yeah, up to you guys on summoning for this unit, right? I don't know if it's definitely necessary for this unit to need on here, but if you want to have some fun and do a bunch of different team builds, this is a great unit to pick up. So with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed my video. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.